Good morning, Mr. Zarraga. How are you?
Good morning.
I have a couple of questions for you. I'm really glad that you accepted my invitation. My first question for you, who are you?
Okay, my name is Jorge Zarraga. I'm originally from Venezuela, but I live here more than half of my life. And I'm an entrepreneur since I'm 25, 26. One of my businesses is JZmarketing, and the second business I have, a recent business, is Aruba Nature Explorer.
Why did you start in the first place?
Well, this is a very interesting question because basically it was like this. I was working in the hotel industry as a waiter many years. And back then I was making a lot of tips. I was very good with socializing with people. So my manager, he saw that I had the potential to become the PR of the restaurant. So they asked me if I wanted to do it as my side job in the morning. And I took that very serious. So what I did a research what it means to be a PR. Somebody else was doing it before, so that person showed me around. And beside that, I made an essay how to improve the occupancy of the traffic to the restaurant. So I started doing the business. I started helping at the restaurant in the morning, and then they noticed I was doing very good. I noticed it too. At that time, I started getting new clients, people who wanted my help to become the PR. So then I in a certain moment, I saw that I was very serious, that I was getting 5 clients in the daytime while I having my job in the night. It became a very fast source of income, and I realized that was my passion, that I really like to do marketing and to help companies and use my communication skills. So that's how I started.
What kind of product and services you offer?
With JZmarketing, we offer website design, social media, graphic design, video production, and basically the full scope of what is to do with marketing for any kind of companies. With the second company, we do eco tours.
And how do you reach your customers?
In the beginning, most of the customers, they came because of word of mouth, because they knew that I was doing PR and everything. But as I started growing up in the business, the way how mostly we start getting clients was through the website, because we have very high positioning website where people are searching for marketing agencies in Aruba, but also through social media. And that's how we start getting a lot of clients. We also got a location that's right next to a notary, and we believe that from day one there was a good positive part. And indeed, I have to say that maybe 15% of our clients have come through just walking in the store.
So you have a lot of walking customers.
Well, I wouldn't say so many, but I would say significant amount of people because of the geographic location of the store. Okay. However, for my industry, it's most important the digital part. But the positioning next to the notary was a very good strategy.
How much money or capital that you needed to start up your business?
When I started the company, I needed the capital basically to take over the company that was from my father. So there was a minimum capital or the basic capital to open a business.
Yes.
When I started, as I started working, so I already had clients. So it's not like I started from zero, not having any clients. The continuation was more hard, and therefore I had to invest more into marketing.
Did you get any finances for your business?
No, I never did.
You never did? No.
I got support as I went along from the bank to allow me to go overdraft. It means I go minus in my company, but for the rest I never got any loan.
What are the challenges of being an entrepreneur?
You know, the main challenges, there are many. I would say one of the main challenges is to be sure, that you have everything you need. So you first need to make a selection of what all the things that you need in order to have the company that you wish. And one of the easiest way to do is to sort of copycat, to look at the main companies in the industry and see what are they doing, and then you have to make a list of things you need in order to reach there. Of course, you have huge companies that want to be very difficult to reach there, but they give you an idea of all what is in place.
What is your advice for me to start up my business?
My main advice for you is that you really have to be certain of what you're doing, because becoming an entrepreneur, it is not the same as being working for a company. The main difference here is that you have a guarantee of the salary, of the income you're gonna get, and a steady income every month. So the biggest challenge, I would say, a lot of people will tell you different challenges, but in my opinion, the biggest challenge is your internal challenges. Is that, are you ready? Are you confident you're gonna reach a goal? You have to really be totally 100% committed and visualize, passionate about it and committed, because you can be passionate, but if things don't result, you might be unpassionate. It's very emotional. Passion is very emotional. It depends on how you feel. But committed means that even though if you might fail the first or second or third time, you're gonna try again and do your best and learn from your mistakes. And that is the most important part that I would recommend you to look at it. How serious, how committed are you? How are you willing to go through challenges where you might fail the first few times in order for you to achieve it better?
You have advantages of being an entrepreneur.
I think the first advantage is that you're gonna have your own time. You're gonna be your own boss. It means that you're gonna be able to schedule yourself into what is the priority task to do. And that, I think, is an advantage, because I believe the more time you have for yourself and take responsibilities of things, you're gonna be able to decide what's gonna happen next. The second advantage is the one that everybody's looking for, is economic growth. You're gonna be able to, by your own actions, generate more income that you are not getting right now, the opportunity. Because when you are working for a company, even if you can do very good and very great, even you can be the best of the world of what you're doing, but your economic growth will not happen unless the boss decides, of the company. Right. So in this case, as an entrepreneur, the main advantage is that the results are in your hand.
The disadvantage of also being an entrepreneur.
And the disadvantage is that when you fail, when you don't do something correct, when you take the wrong decisions, the payments or how to recover, it is all on you. You're all alone. Yes, you have banks, institutions who might help you. You have a partner, and hopefully a supportive partner who might help you, a girlfriend, talking in general, who might help you. But at the end of the day, you are alone.
Did you need to prepare yourself to be an entrepreneur?
I believe to answer to your question, it might be a little bit contradictory, but I would say no on my first answer. I would say you don't need to prepare to be an entrepreneur. You need to find if that is in you, to willing to take risk and really willing to go through that. So that's not something you very much learn, but it's something that you have to find in you, that will to do it. All right. Now, once you decided to be an entrepreneur, yes, you need to prepare yourself. You need to prepare yourself, meaning you need to find out what is all that you have to do in order to achieve the goal. So the first thing, most of the people say, okay, what is my to-do list? I would say, no, look first at the goal. Where do you want to reach yourself in 1 year? Where do you want to reach yourself in 2 years? Where do you want to reach yourself in 5 years? Look at the example on the industry where you are, the big guys, the big players. Could be here in Aruba, could be in another country. And try to copycat the format and see how it works. So if you do that, you set up your goals in the future, then you're gonna know, oh, I know what I need to do right now this year, maybe not what I have to do for the 5 years, but only what I need to do for this year, which is only this and that. And then you prepare yourself. Yes, it's needed.
Who are your competitors in this business?
Well, my competitor basically is everybody who's offering marketing.
How do you differentiate yourself from the competitor?
Okay, I think it's when you add your own style and personality into the business. I believe you have to own the business. You have to do it according to what makes you feel good. Of course, you have to learn from what's going on out there, but it has to match your style. We compete with all of them because we offer the only one package, which is a turnkey solution. That means that, for example, somebody come in and say, oh, I need social media. I say, well, you need social media because I want to improve, get people to know me. We understand that the solution that people need, or clients, they don't only need social media. They might need a new designer. They might need a new video. They need a marketing. They need a marketing mind behind whatever is happening. Our main competitive difference is that we are not just focused on one part of the marketing, but in the whole scope. Because we know by offering that the whole scope, we have a better results for the clients. Besides that, our quality is very high. We aim for the best quality into whatever we do.
What skills or attitude do you need to be a successful entrepreneur in your opinion?
I think to be a successful entrepreneur, there's a series of skills you need to have. The one skill is that you need to have a goal and a drive no matter what. Everybody's going to tell you it's not possible. People are going to tell you don't do it, it's difficult. yes, you are gonna do something risky. You are gonna risk a set of income salary for something that is not tangible at the moment. I would not say to have totally blinded, because that's not good, but to be certain that that's what you want to do. You need to know as much as possible about the industry that you're going into. In my example, when I was doing as a waiter and how I moved as a marketeer, is because I have the passion for marketing, I had a good attitude, and I knew the communication part. But when I started getting clients and they want to have graphic design, I started learning about what is graphic design, how to do it, and stuff like that. I hired other people, but not only hired them blindly, I hired them, but I knew what they have to do. And I went into each one of the industries to understand. So I grew up in the industry. I didn't know everything about web designing, for example. But I started learning about server, I started learning about code, about web designing, about how everything works. So if you're gonna start a new industry, be sure that you know a lot about the industry, and if you don't know, start reading, start learning. What I did is that I pulled back and I hired a professional person to do the different part of the job, and I became the manager. Then I knew what they're working and what they have to do, otherwise I would not be able to control the job.
What is the golden tip for you to share with me in your experience?
The most important thing, based on my opinion and based after more than 10 years experience doing it, I would say that two things. The number one thing is that you have to know that it's just like having a baby, just like delivering a kid the first time, I'm sorry to say like that, you will never be prepared, 100%. The most probably you're gonna fail, maybe one time, maybe two times. As a matter of fact, the most successful stories of many entrepreneurs is that people have failed and opened companies 3, 4, 5, 6 times and failed until they did the right company that worked for them and they become millionaires. Don't be afraid, be ready to fail, but be ready to fail and learn from the failure that you have done. Really limited, the percentage really low, where you in one shot will go and everything will be fine and there's no problem. Be sure that you don't overdo things. Be sure that you really measure your cost and to what you're investing and how that will have a return on investment. And be sure that you have a capital or something, some money saved. That part I didn't do so much. Some learning from my mistake. Well, if you have 10,000, 5,000 invest in the company and keep 5,000 for the moment that you're gonna fail in order for you to be able to get back to business.